What is going on, guys? My name is Gabriel Diana. I'm the creator of Athlete Mentality. I'm always speaking about the mental preparation for sports. Today, we're going over what Lebron James does. And have you ever wondered if the best athletes in the world, if they do something specifically for their mind? It's obvious that they are confident, they are motivated, they set and achieve their goals, they play in the zone of flow, but do they do something that allows them to accomplish all of those things, or is it just natural? Is it because they are really good? Well, today we're going over what Lebron James does, and I know this is not something that a lot of people know because those athletes and the media don't share about these specific things. It's something that is still starting for athletes. But today we're going over those things so you understand better about the mental preparation that took Lebron James from being a guy of high school to being one of the best basketball players ever. And if today he accomplished what he did, it was mostly because of the strong mind he has. So let's begin with why mental training. Well, mental training is done because when you are doing physical training, you learn how to do specific things. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be able to use those things when you're competing, because that involves a lot of things. When you get to competition, subconsciously, you have several thoughts, and some of them might make you to lose your confidence, to lose your motivation, to feel fear to make mistakes, and to end up not playing to the best of your ability. So that's what mental training is used for. So when you get to the competition, you have all the strategies to deal with your emotions, to deal with your self-image, to deal with all the difficulties that you are going to face, and you continue focus on what you can do and confident to use all of the skills that you have been using for. It's one of the biggest frustrations in life. When you work for something, you learn that skill, but you are not able to use it. So that's why mental training is so much important. As I always say in the video of the Athlete Mentality Academy, you can prepare your mind like the best athletes in the world. Today, we're going over what LeBron does. First thing, you can always improve your performance by working on your mind. It is the most important asset that you have.
Es la mejor virtud que tienes.
La mente.
It controls your focus, motivation, commitment, and a lot more things. LeBron found that out. LeBron actually realized how much important the mind is when he got to the NBA. He hired psychologists to develop his mental side. In his own words, he had the goal of becoming the best basketball player ever. He said that at 18 years old.
Am I ready?
I can't tell you everything, but if you want to make history, you got to call your own shots.
And he figured that in order to become so great, he had to use all the tools available for him. And he knew that the mind would be the most important thing.
I think the mental side of the game is way over 50%, probably about 80%.
So the first step for LeBron was acknowledging how important the mind is. And unfortunately, most athletes never get to this stage. Most athletes spend their careers without actually realizing the power of the mental side. They always think that the reason why they're not playing as well is because of external factors, when in reality, they had to improve all of those things and use more of their potential.
So that's why I say we had to make sure that we were physically, emotionally, and mentally ready, because I had to be ready to be able to kind of manage my emotions.
And I really hope that you are at least in the first stage right now, that you already know how powerful your mind is. However, the first step is useless if you don't move into the second step, which is actually putting the work in. It doesn't matter if you know the mind is important, if you don't work on improving your mind. So I really hope that after watching this video, you start applying at least something that helps you to develop the mental side. One of LeBron's goals with mental training was to become a better three-point shooter. He mentioned that when the other teams realized that he wasn't a great shooter, they wouldn't guard him, let him take the shots, and trash talk him. In his own words, they would tell him, go ahead and take it, and you know you can make it. Put this into perspective. LeBron was a phenomenal player. He had great abilities, but even though he had to work on his mental side to become a better three-point shooter and to better deal with trash talk. In his rookie season, he only made 29% of his three-point attempts. So don't blame yourself if you struggle with things similar to that. LeBron struggled with that, and the solution for him was to work on the mental side. So if you're not doing that yet, there's no reason for you to blame yourself for still struggling with it. The action plan for LeBron James was something like this. The first step was watching a highlight video of his three-point attempts where he made the shots and add his favorite music into it. The goal was to create an image for himself where he's good at three-point attempts. And putting his favorite music into it will help to associate positive feelings with those things. Second, he had to visualize himself making those things. By visualizing that over and over again, he was not only improving his ability, because visualization helps with skills development, but also it was helping him to feel more confident when taking those shots. By repeating those images of right attempts over and over again, you change the image that you have of yourself in that specific situation. And the third thing was train the specific skills with specific goals. His goal was to make a specific number of right shots no matter how many attempts he had. So not caring about making mistakes and focusing on accomplish something over and over again increases the perception that you are making progress and improving on something. That's why it's so important to measure and track your progress towards your goals. This helps you a lot with gaining more motivation and more dopamine to stick to the process, make more progress, and change the self-image you have about that. That helps me a lot with my personal goals of meditation, producing content, and doing anything that I want to do. Measuring and tracking your progress is key for achieving anything. This entire action plan would help him to see himself as a more trusting shooter and allow his skills to just flow naturally when he's playing, without using his rational mind. All he did during this training was to teach his subconscious mind what to do and how to feel, so when the game came, he didn't have to worry about it. He just let his skills to flow naturally. After all, when you are competing, it's your subconscious that must take place, that must take control of you in order for you to enter the zone of flow. In the short term, this action plan already helped LeBron tremendously. He improved his three-point attempts by over 30%. And in the long term, it helped LeBron to get 4 MVP titles, only being behind Michael Jordan right now with 5 MVP titles. So you can see how effective this plan was for making LeBron to achieve the best of his ability. And if you want to learn all of those things in detail, if you want to learn how to model your game, to use visualization, to use mindfulness, to use many other mental training drills, I highly recommend you join the Athlete Mentality Academy and start improving your mental side today. It contains the complete strategy for you to become more motivated, confident, focused, enter the zone of flow, improve commitment, improve skills development, decision making, and much more. You're going to learn the same mental training drills used by Lebron James, Michael Phelps, Michael Jordan, and many other athletes. So if you want to improve your mental game, I highly recommend you join that. Another mental training drill used by Lebron James is mindfulness meditation. And I have an entire video about this that I will link in this video. LeBron also recently made a partnership with the app Calm to spread the importance of mentally preparing for any challenge of life. Mindfulness is one of the most effective drills for you to gain clarity of your thoughts and reduce anxiety. I highly recommend it to every athlete. And if you want to continue your mental preparation, if you want to learn more about the mental side of the game, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, that you follow me on Instagram, like the video, and leave me a feedback on here. I see you soon.